The Dinosaurs is made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and the financial support of viewers like you.
This is PBS.
In 19... We're an average winter day.
And it is up to a select group of dedicated...
Where the mail only comes 3 times a year. But there are more recipes for moose than you can count. Sound tough? It is. But that's a small price to pay for independence. And you've got to be tough if you're braving Alaska.
A special PBS Encore Wednesday evening beginning at 7.
Bringing life's adventures to you. This is public television from Spokane.
This is PBS.
Coming through. Public TV invites your kids to the Kid Zone. It's where they'll find their favorite shows all summer long. Plus, they'll meet some new summertime friends, the P-Pals. So relax. Your kids will love spending time in the KSPS Kid Zone. Only on Public TV.
This object because, in fact, over the past 10 years, there were other indications that the material surrounding this very young star was distributed not in a spherical envelope, but probably in some kind of elongated structure.
Public television will always be America's single most important and accessible source of scientific information and understanding. Science in all its forms and pursuits. Science with a human face. Striving to answer human needs, to imagine the unimaginable. Science is an unending series of real-life mysteries.
We'll be getting pictures of Neptune, essentially at arm's length.
To wonder, to explore. The never-ending story of public television.
On the next National Geographic special, think you have what it takes to brave Alaska? Where an average winter day could be 50 below zero, and your closest neighbor could be 50 miles away. Where the mail only comes 3 times a year. But there are more recipes for moose than you can count. Sound tough? It is. But that's a small price to pay for independence. And you've got to be tough if you're braving Alaska.
A special PBS Encore Wednesday evening at 7.
The things that public television has is it does give us a real alternative way of looking at things. The differences are what make us interesting. I mean, who wants to go into a restaurant where there's only one thing on the menu?
The war is changing. Its cost is increasing. The battles are taking a terrible, terrible toll. Bull Run, which was just blew everyone's minds in terms of the scope, now looks like a skirmish by 1862. We will see the bloodiest day of the war, and then the brightest, I'm pleased to say. The issue of emancipation, which the politicians, Lincoln included, have been trying to shove aside, forces itself to the front and exerts the inevitable moral pressure that it will bring to change this war into something higher. That's good news. Unfortunately, that news brings terrible news for mothers and sisters and wives.
Discover the latest scientific breakthroughs here on public television from Spokane.
This is PBS.
On the season premiere of Evening at Pops, an all-star tribute to conductor John Williams, hosted by Richard Dreyfuss, with Jesse Norman, Christopher Reeve, Henry Mancini, and special guest, the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. Join us as we celebrate John Williams, his music, his magic, and his final season as conductor with the Boston Pops Orchestra.
Enjoy the season premiere tonight at 9 on Public TV.
Next time on Center Stage, the smooth sounds of Aaron Neville.
Okay, you've seen every episode of Masterpiece Theater. You've out-sleuthed all the great detectives on mystery. You've actually built this old house. It's been a busy year, so lighten up. It's summer. Expect things to get a bit hotter. But most of all, expect the unexpected. Unexpected travel companions, extraordinary performances, a famously original look at our times. 3 new, very different summer shows on PBS. So come on, lighten up.
Fitness czar Covert Bailey is on a mission.
If exercise could be packaged into a little pill, it would be the most heavily prescribed medicine in history. So if you eat too much carb, you can get fat. If you eat too much protein, you can get fat. If you eat too much fat, you can get fat. Right? And it all ends up at fat in the bottom, which is symbolic. Do I practice what I preach? What do I preach? Do I preach you should never eat this and never eat that? No, I practice if you exercise and get fit, you can eat almost what you want. And the truth is, I may be one of the few people comes along and says, listen, now you're going to get some real help.
Covert Bailey's Fitter Fats. It'll make you change.
Bringing life's adventures to you, this is Public Television from Spokane.
Beneath the turbulent waters of the Pacific, the endless cycle of life weaves an enchanting tapestry of beauty and color. From birth to adolescence, courtship to death. Experience the seasons in the sea, next time on Nature.
This evening at 7 here on PBS.
In a time when issues and events crowd our lives and personal concerns cloud our vision, public television reminds us that our world remains a place of endless wonder. That nature's not something outside of ourselves, but a part of who we are, how we live and learn. And public television's unparalleled lineup of science and nature programs gives every American the chance to celebrate the great spectacle of life on Earth, beneath the sea, and beyond the stars.
But I think the first encounter with Jupiter really shocked a lot of people.
All we can say now is, wow, what a way to leave the solar system.
From the smallest molecule to the vastness of space, everything and every place on Earth and beyond is within your reach on public television.
Your support of public television is important. Send your check for $30 or more, U.S. or Canadian, to the Friends of 7, 3911 South Regal, Spokane, Washington, 99223. The great programs you enjoy all year are made possible by the ongoing partnership we have with our members. Please join them in support of public television.
For over 30 years, the U.S. Navy conducted secret research using the amazing talents of dolphins for military purposes. Now, for the first time, on a special edition of The New Explorers, learn what the Navy scientists have discovered about this remarkable animal and how their findings could open a world beyond the sea. Join Bill Curtis for Declassified, U.S. Navy Dolphin.
Here on public television Tuesday evening at 8.
KSPS Public TV is seen in many communities in Canada and the inland Northwest, thanks to locally operated translator and cable systems. KSPS is proud to serve these areas and appreciates your support of local translator and cable operators. This is KSPS, Channel 7, Public TV from Spokane, Washington.
As an additional service of this station, the Dinosaurs series is available from PBS Home Video.
Funding for Nova's 20th anniversary season is made possible by Johnson & Johnson, the signature recognized around the world for commitment to quality healthcare products for the entire family. And Lockheed, America's aerospace company, supporting math, science, and engineering education for national technology leadership. Major funding for Nova is provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by annual financial support from viewers like you. A production of WGBH Boston.
This is PBS.
Local presentation of Nova is made possible in part by Pacific Gas Transmission, with operating headquarters in Spokane. For 30 years, PGT has been a major energy source for the Northwest. By Cominco Fertilizers, promoting environmentally sound fertilizer management practices to ensure an abundant and safe food supply. By a grant from a new sponsor. Fonarola. And by the Friends of Seven.
You drink it. You play in it. You can't live without it. Yet there will never be more water than there is today. Is it too late to save our most precious resource? Explore the lifeblood of our planet in The Power of Water, a new National Geographic special.
Tomorrow evening at 7 on PBS.
It happens every day and night. It doesn't stop when you graduate or reach a certain age. We are all of us learning even now. You see something unexpected, and you let it take you to a new place. It's not important to understand fully, but just to see. Some call it education, but that's only a word. You see something in a person's face, you hear their story, and that teaches you all that they struggle to learn. Maybe you're just remembering something you knew all along, but forgot. It could be we're here solely to remind each other what must not be missed or ignored, but celebrated and finally known. When do we stop learning? Maybe never.
In Chinese medicine, that the body has to move.
KSPS TV has received a grant from Foundation Northwest, the community foundation which passes on the generosity of donors by providing a permanent vehicle to gather, manage, and distribute resources to community-based organizations throughout the inland Northwest.
He left America an unknown soldier and returned its greatest hero. He made his reputation waging war, but staked it waging peace. Dwight D. Eisenhower, 5-star general, President of the United States. To Americans, he was simply Ike. Watch Eisenhower, a special presentation of the American experience.